Hey people, it's Saturday. God, what is today? The 17th? I think today's the 17th. Yes, today's the 17th, May 2025. And, no, it's not that. It's not an update. I did that yesterday. So, I want to get on here and, well, either bitch and complain, whine or moan, or whatever you want to call it, about 24's new update yesterday, for Thursday. Yesterday morning, or Thursday night, I fooled around with some stuff. I had, like I said, I've said in another video, EFB was working. I could refuel the planes, all that stuff. I reset the career. So things were looking up. Graphically, I didn't notice anything yet. Because I didn't do a flight Thursday. I tried to do a flight Thursday night. That was my off at Air Force Base to Langley Air Force Base that ended with a game crash, like always. Not like always, but 95% of the time, it's a game crash. So, anyway, yesterday morning, I did my live stream. Got on, I did New Career Part 1. That's what I named it. It is a new career. They've updated stuff. They fixed things. So I'm like, yeah, we're going to restart this son of a bitch. Well, there was some issue. I forget what happened. Anyway, there was an issue. I couldn't get past. I didn't get my first flight done. And because of a game crash again. So I left it at that. We got the PPL. I was going to go back and do part 2 last night. I got on about 6 p.m. EST USA time, and I had 1 billion credits, 11 companies, all certifications, all specializations were unlocked again. EFB wasn't working. And other things. So, for probably the 12th time, I reinstalled 2020 because I'd rather deal with issues on 2020 than with 24. There was a VAT Sim event last night. I'm not doing VAT Sim, but a bunch of people I was watching were, and I decided, hey, I'll fly into LaGuardia on 2020. I left McGee Tyson Airport in Knoxville, Tennessee, to go to LaGuardia, New York Airport. Or not LaGuardia, New York, but you know what I mean. Anyway. I forgot what plane I used. But I used a Pan Am livery. That was the call sign. So we were Pan Am 310, and we must have took 30 minutes just to climb to 41,000 before we even started on our vectors to go north. And then there was one crash, so I restarted the flight right as we took off. I don't know why the co-pilot feature that I love to use, the plane wasn't climbing. So, and I said in my live stream yesterday, just because I use the co-pilot feature, I do that just so I can start to learn what buttons do what. And even with the co-pilot on, I still had to set the altitude and do the change flight level function for it to climb or to descend. So, co-pilot, it's not completely hands-off. It's more hands-off than an AI pilot. But, I don't know, folks. And I said this in my stream last night. The VOD is up here on YouTube. Is up on YouTube. It's over on Twitch still. I don't know if I want to keep playing 24. Again, I just got back into 24 probably 2 weeks ago now, and I hadn't touched it since January because of all the problems. It showed promise yesterday morning, and then they backpedaled it for Xbox players, and it's just as broken as it was before they fixed it. What happened between 9 a.m. yesterday and 6 p.m. yesterday that things got rolled back? Was SU2 an SU2 beta, and they realized other things weren't working on Xbox, so they yanked it, and instead of letting us have the sliver of hope that they were fixing things for Xbox players? I don't know. I love Flight Sim. Ever since I got into 2020 and I bought it, I pre-ordered the Aviation Edition for 24 because I thought, oh, they're just going to improve on this. No. And, unfortunately, that's not the only place that's having problems with their game. Dovetail, the developers for Train Sim World. Train Sim World 5 is broken. I did a video the other day, and the only reason that video went so well is because I was on one of the very first routes that they took their time and effort into creating that one, even with its bugs for Train Sim World 2020, and the slight upgrades it got. It worked okay, but console players are gonna start getting reduced timetables, even the Gen 9, which is the current gen, the PS5 and the Xbox S and X are going to start getting reduced timetables if they keep going the way they do. Game crashes, game-breaking glitches, and such in Train Sim World 5. I haven't experienced them, but I've heard a lot of it from everybody. I've seen it with the people I watch that do Train Sim World 5 videos. Simming that I didn't know I was a fan of. Might not be videos I do. I don't know. Really sad for 24. I thought coming back in after 3 months of being away, there would have been improvements to the version Xbox players have. And yes, it is a different version. And in the update notes, someone was going over the notes. I said, hey, does they tell you exactly what they might have done for the Xbox version? There was nothing specifically said, so you just have to assume they did everything for both versions. But, yeah, I don't know if 24 will even be playable on its 1-year anniversary of the launch date. They should have not launched when they did. And, another thing, this going back to Train Sim World 5, is they want us to pay full price for DLCs when we get downgraded timetables to play with. A lot of people saying they should knock 40% off. If we're getting 40% less of what the PC players get, we should pay 40% less. Or, I agree with this one more. Don't give PC players anything different than the console players. Yes, the console might be holding PC players back, but if they tailor it just to work on console version better than not better, but if they tailor it tailor the console version to work, and they put everything into it that they want, and the PC players get the same experience, no one's envious of the other one because, oh, you've got something I don't have, and it's not just because that person didn't buy the DLC. It's because, that's just, they need to change the prices on things. For Dovetail needs to change the prices. I'm not buying any more DLC. I don't get around to it. It's lost its luster and fun. Not because of errors, it just isn't that fun. I'd rather watch people do this stuff. Same thing with Flight Sim. I'd rather watch other people do it. I enjoy it myself, but if my game's gonna be broken, I'd rather watch PC players playing it than to be on Xbox and wanting to take a sledgehammer to the Xbox because my game just does not want to work. And I've done streams with 2020 where the graphics just completely went out. It's in that series where my first video where I did went from Toronto to Reagan. Graphics just completely went out, and on Xbox I cannot change the level of detail of the clouds or the ground textures. I can't change that level. Someone did suggest it in a video, but that's them not realizing how it's probably on Xbox, which I'm starting to put a tag for almost every video. Maybe people stop trying to give me advice that doesn't work. Before 24 went tits up again last night, career mode still didn't have AI traffic injected into it during your mission. But I only did 2 missions, and I was only on the Knoxville approach channel. So with all that said, folks, I hope you guys listen to this rant and rave and thoughts and concerns. I might keep playing 24, but I don't know if I want to keep streaming it. I think if I'm going to be frustrated, I need to do it off camera, especially because I can't do career mode the way I want, and free flight doesn't work if you can't use the EFB. I could always just do, I could just do VFR flights, but then that's a direct twos all the time, no matter what aircraft, and I'd rather go to 2020, where I can pick to either do GPS, VOR, low altitude IFR, or high altitude IFR. I have different options there. I have tons of planes over there. I've got over 200 or aircraft. We'll put aircraft. I have over 200 aircraft. I can't fly helicopters in 2020. You guys have seen that. But yeah, and my 2020 copters that are on my 24 game, they fly like they're from 2020 still. The control scheme is not switched to the way they work in 24. But alright, folks, you'll hear from me either later today on a live stream, or I might take the day off. I don't know. Don't have a schedule, like I said. I just jump on and do stuff when I'm playing video games. I might as well turn the mic on now and hit record. So, see you later. Bye.